So today is my mother's birthday, and I was helping her clean out her desk, and I discovered a little cache of photos that she had. So this is actually me with my adopted grandma, Louise, who was my first ghost. This particular day, I was still an undergraduate, and I was presenting a paper on Homer and ghosts. I had been accepted into an academic forum to present my paper. So this has got to be the late 90s. I do remember this because the tie is ghosts, just so you know. The skirt was super short for me, and I felt very self-conscious, but Mom said I looked fine. And now that I look at this picture just a couple decades later, I agree. I looked great. I've always had the short hair, the earring fixation, and a thing for ghosts. So there you go. And look at those legs, man. I worked out a lot. I did a lot of walking. So Louise had gone with. She was so proud. She was a Southern lady. She had grown up in Lutz, Florida. She had married but did not have any children. She was an EDD, but ABD. So she had all of her doctoral work done for an educational doctorate, but didn't finish her dissertation. And we got along really well. I mean, she was so sweet. She loved animals. She adopted Mom and myself as her family. And I mean, it was kind of a much happier time in life. You can kind of see that. It's weird. Because life lately, I don't know. Ever since 2001, it's been kind of weird, hasn't it? And it just keeps getting weirder. It's like it's spiraling down. But the day she died, I had visited her earlier, and she was kind of starting to phase in and out. I had graduated like 2 weeks before with my first graduate degree at that point. And when she saw me, she was remembering me from when I was in junior high, basically, and kept telling me she didn't want me to be late for school. And I had to keep telling her, you know, I wouldn't be late, it'd be okay. But she was kind of seeing people that weren't in the room, and I figured she probably had a week to go. I had come back. My mother had gone in to visit her later that day and came home that night. And sometime between when she left and came home, I guess the hospital had called. And I'm not quite sure what happened, but this was during the time where you had like voicemail that was provided by the phone company. And they had left a voicemail, and we did not get it until the next day. So what ended up happening was I found myself in a state of extreme agitation. I was pacing relentlessly, extremely anxious. My car was in the shop. I had an art show coming up, and I knew about Louise, you know, and it was just, I mean, I normally can handle stuff like this, but I was just in awful turmoil. I finally got myself to bed, and it took me a little while to fall asleep, and about 2 hours later, I think, I was awakened from the sleep by a beautiful aroma. I knew that she had passed away, that she was okay, and to look at the time. This is a story that I often tell as my first encounter. I do know it happened. I cannot explain the aroma. I can tell you that behind my eyes, I saw kind of this beautiful blue-white light. And I don't even know how to explain that part of it. And the smell was just so beautiful that when I first encountered it, and it woke me up from a sleep. I mean, I do not have air fresheners. I have allergies. The windows were closed. I mean, I have no source for this aroma, but I remember waking up fully and thinking it was ambrosia. And I also knew that she had passed away, but it was okay, and I was able to go back to sleep. It was so calming. It was so beautiful and so peaceful. And it was the next morning that, like at 5 or 6 in the morning, Mom came to my door and let me know that she had passed away, and I told her, well, I know. So there she is. There's Louise. Her birthday, by the way, is October 12th. So today is the 3rd. It's my mom's birthday. My mom is 81, and I think Louise passed away around the age of 84. So it's kind of an interesting little twist.